Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni G. Shafe. We know that the weekend was full of action in the world of sport, football, basketball, different sports where Nigerians ply their trade. Those in Nigeria, and also those in diaspora. We'll be at least covering so many stories. We'll be looking at what's happening in the world of sport, especially what happened over the weekend in the Premier League, the race between Arsenal and Liverpool. Well, Liverpool were cracked, at least lifted that trophy that they're winning it, but Arsenal won their game against Ipswich Town, and right now they still defy it next time. What a match, what a game there where Real Madrid, what a star now coming from Rodrigo. Well, right now we're looking at all these together on the show, 360 Sport, and we'll be running true stories trending there. For Nigeria versus Algeria, our ladies run riots. They won 4-0 against Algeria in that particular encounter. The first leg has been done and dusted right now. The second leg, they traveled to Algiers in Algeria to play the second leg, and rather they've been inspired by billionaire sporting investor Kule Shoname, giving them about 4 million naira for winning that game for all the goal they scored, and also from NPFL. They also supported them. Right now, the girls are really fired up to do well in that particular angle. Looking at the story, we're looking at the FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup qualifier. That's the story we're looking at there, because Flamingo, they really did the trash Algeria, who were earlier talking that they will beat Nigeria. And right now, we've done the first leg. Second leg coming up in their country, and our ladies are battle ready for Friday when they file out against them over there in Algiers. Good one there in the studio with me. Of course, you should have suspect right now. We have suspect number 2 in the world of sport. Peter is here. Good to have you, Joseph.
It's always nice to be here.
Okay, so good one. As we're talking about this story right now, FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup qualifier, where our ladies, we just saw in that particular game between Nigeria and Algeria. 4 goals were scored by our ladies. That shows that really that there seems to be is it the Barcelona of
African football
right now?
Well, it's a beautiful result. You know, that's a statement result. It's a result that kind of puts you out of any state of doubt. I'm quite sure that moving forward, going to Algiers, they will go with full confidence with the intention to actually win again, not to defend anything. If you play like that and you score those kinds of goals and you get 3 points, it pumps you up. You know, in sports, it's all about momentum, like I used to say. So once you win the first game, it's easier for you to always win the next game and the next, and you keep on going. So it's a very good one for them.
A good one for them, and we saw our ladies doing so well. They are really running riot ahead of the second crucial one, because we don't underrate your opponent. For the fact that we are 4 goals up doesn't mean they cannot get what he did last time, because the last time they came third, and right now they're trying to see how they can do better. And we hope that they will make us proud by the time they meet Algeria in the second leg coming Friday. And really, they want to silence the Algerian team and qualify for the World Cup. This is the last leg of the qualifier. They really don't win this competition, walloping all the teams they met on their way. Kudos to Nigeria Under-17 Flamingos for what they did over the weekend on Saturday at the Keneremo. And really, while the ladies were doing that, another Nigerian was also doing so well over there at the Times Square in New York, where he did well when it comes to chess. The man has set the record, broke the record set for 61 hours of playing chess over there in New York. Tunde Onokoya, Sean Martinez, a record holder for longest chess marathon for 64 hours. They play for 64 hours, and that's something that is really officially amazing, coming from Guinness World Record. And you have to give kudos to them for what they did, both of them. That's I love the fact that Tunde Onokoya is selling African culture. Look at the Sean Martinez. Sean Martinez is not from Africa. So looking at what he's wearing, you see that yes, this is a pure African print, the Ankara as we call it. This is a print from Africa, our own cultural cloth, and this is a solid one there. Tunde Onokoya and both and his partner setting that record. They really deserve it for what they did, breaking the record set before 61 hours, but they are increased to 64 from 61. Playing chess, playing with different stars, and they were able to do well right now. The Nigerian man has really set a lot of record. He's also trying to see how he can use chess to help kids who are out of school. He's really creating awareness to raise $1 million to build a free school where children out of school can be taken there to at least earn education, to play chess. Good one there. Well, right now, let's quickly have it where Tunde Onokoya started it. That was how he started till the end. That was actually what they did. That was the time they broke the record set for 61 hours. Then they added extra 3 hours to it. Tunde Onokoya, Sean Martinez, both of them right now having that record. Tunde has really become a master in this game, and I love the fact that worldwide is known for this, and accolade is coming. It took some young Nigerians to the US recently, and in fact some of them even played at this particular record-setting game, chess game, and really they did well. 5 of those young Nigerians, some picked from the slum across Nigeria, and right now they are world beaters in chess. And we have to appreciate what Tunde Onokoya is doing, using chess to at least he wants to build a free school in Nigeria, where a lot of young boys and girls out there who are out of school can go to school for free and also learn chess. Well, that's a good move. 61 hours broken, 64 hours set by Nigerian and Polish.
You know, it's simple it's like normal for us to focus on what he has achieved when it comes to the game of chess, how he has gone far, and how he is kind of taking the name of the country from level to another level. But then it's even more beautiful what he is doing when it comes to his philanthropic work, taking all these young men, out there, giving them opportunity, and then the plan to have a free school, is not a small thing he is trying to achieve there. So it's really beautiful and nice when you see somebody make it in sport and thinks about giving it back to the society where he comes from. Is actually something that is, rare in this side of our country, and kudos to Tunde Onokoya.
Well, Tunde Onokoya there, Nigerians are so happy. A lot of Nigerians are over there in the US, especially in New York, came visiting to support him, giving that moral support. You saw so many schools that came just to support them. Those are they won't go to sleep. To break the record is not an easy task at all. 64 hours playing chess non-stop. Oh, that's a whole lot. And right now, their name has been urged in gold for what they've done. Tunde has really been doing so well, making chess something that a lot of people that doesn't know much about Africa, they begin to see. Imagine the clothing war there. Imagine even his friend. The Martinez. The Martinez also wearing African print.
Yeah, and it's nice, it's beautiful, which means he's kind of publicizing Africa and Nigeria.
At least where do you get this? Come to Nigeria, come to Africa.
Because tourism is improved and all that, so it's a good thing, and it's beautiful when we do this. I cannot forget our intro into Olympic and the attire we wore that time too. It made waves on the internet. Nigeria is always blessed. Nigeria is a colorful and cultural place. We all know that already. Africa is in its entirety, but we'll focus on our own. Tunde is helping move what we want into the world out there, and it's bringing attention to Nigeria. So I'm happy with him, and I'm mostly happy with what he's doing in philanthropy.
Seriously, good one there coming from Tunde Onokoya. Some Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians are really so blessed when it comes to sport development, and we are trying to project our own. Talking about Tunde Onokoya there, and also Flamingos, that was 17 years, who also did well. Saturday, at least we have some sets of players did well in football, and at least in Nigeria are doing well in chess. Right now, from that story, let's move away and talk about NPFL. It has entered that crucial stage where every point counts. Well, we look at that story. NPFL, where Remo Stars did well, they edge closer to title. Match day 34 played. They have 4 matches to go. They are leading with extra 7 points. As it is, well, title closer now for Remo Stars as Ikorodu City pick point in Maiduguri. What a match there! What a game! What a moment right now. Anyway, as we talk about that, we know that it's a tough one for Remo Stars. Remo Stars doing so well right now for the fact that they were able to defeat Shooting Stars at home. That's a big one there. Okay, before we talk about the result and also the table, let's just a short glimpse of some highlights of goal. Just a short one. Then we'll come back and take the result and table. Probably look at Ikorodu City. We went to play against El Kalemi. I think Ikorodu City should be there. Let's see also how they were guided with so much security just to come out from the stadium. Nigerian football is out of this world. Anyway, before we talk about Ikorodu City, the clip, let's have a short one, NPFL goal highlight. We'll be back after this. Moment there, just looking at those goals there, you just have to give kudos to those players. Well, fantastic goal being scored there in the NPFL. We look at the result, and also, like I said earlier, Ikorodu City their game against the Academy in Maiduguri, how they were guided heavily out of this. Okay, look at this. Joseph, you finish a match, you want to go out of the stadium. This is how you have they have to protect you like this.
It's almost like Ikorodu City and the governor.
Come on, what's happening to our league these days?
We don't need this. We
It's becoming
really, excuse me. Let me say something. All the time we talk about security in the stadium, and we have always condemned how there are not enough security men. Now this is too much, right?
This is not.
It shouldn't be like this.
No, it's not even as if it's too much. They were going to be attacked, so they have to find a way to protect them.
Exactly, and I'm trying to get to the point that we don't need situations like this where they would have to be guarded like this. But most of the time, we in the media tend to focus on the lack of security. Now, maybe we need to turn our attention to maybe educating, sensitizing our fans, football fans. Let them understand that football is not a do or die affair. Football is for joy. Football is for fun. So whenever your team loses, that does not mean that they will remain. Even if they lose,
they play one.
But even if they lose, that does not mean they will remain losers till the end of the world. That does not mean they won't win the next game. I think we need to turn a bit of our attention away from, okay, where are the security men? Let's learn to sensitize our own football fans. That is very, very important, because that's one aspect that I have observed that people are not talking about it. Everybody is worried. This is what is happening in the stadium. This player is being attacked, but nobody is talking about the culprits. Like
the fans, the supporters.
Yeah. You hear situations like, okay, maybe in the last game, I think that was Plateau Nasarawa United, where there was a stabbing of a player and all that, and then the player was sentenced to a jail time. Fine, good, but does that serve as a deterrent to any other fan moving forward? So I really think that something needs to be done. Really, something needs to be done. A kind of education needs to be given to our football fans.
Okay, there we are. Just to let you have a glimpse of what happened after Ikorodu City play 1-1 against El Kanemi in Maiduguri. There, it ended 1-1 there. That's a draw. Not that they lost that game, and the team had to be heavily guarded outside the stadium for their protection. We saw what happened in Ibadan. It didn't start what they did to the same Ikorodu City. It was a moment that Ikorodu City will never ever forget. So I'm sure the referee of that game, a lady, had to be disguised as a policeman for her to escape being lynched at the stadium. Well, something must be done, really. Just like Joseph said, we need to sensitize our supporters to see that football is a game of, well, numbers. You play, you do well, you score, you win, and that, but not that you have to kill someone or make it a do or die. Anyway, let's take a look at the result of match day 34. It's getting interesting across Nigeria. Katsina United, where did they get the output from this time around? 5-1 against Abia Warriors. Come on, how did they do it?
Funny enough, after losing, After moving to Ikorodu City, we're not the one looked at Lagos.
6-1 thereabout. Yeah. Then they came and got angry and defeated Abia was 5-1. Okay, result of what happened over the weekend. Then Insurance play 1-0 in Benin City against Nasarawa United. Match day 34. 4 matches to go. Enugu Rangers, they too, they got angry that okay, here we want to win. They won 4-2. El Karabi against Iwobi, the one you just saw the clip there. Eyimba beats Kano Pillars 2-1. That was a tough game between the two giants of Nigerian football. Halanto will play Nugoras against Kwara United. Bayosa 1-1 against Nagasanados. Plateau United, Aqua. How do you see the game? Sunshine, Sunshine Rivers. What a goal scored there by that's Suleiman. And have Shooting Stars. Surprisingly, they lost to Remo Stars at home 1-0.
I'm not surprised. Why I'm not surprised is the top of the table team, which is Remo Stars, should be going away and win matches anyway in football leagues. That's what we see all around the world. So this is just like, you know, Liverpool going away to Ipswich or somewhere to just win a match. So it's normal. It should be, you know, constant. This kind of result should be coming in more often than it is. But it's a big one there. Big win for Remo. That's like a season decider. It could be the moment that, you know, looking back at the end of the league will be the reason why they will celebrate winning the league. So I'm very, very much, you know, happy for them, and hopefully they get to take the 2 wins that they need to win, because I actually kind of want a new team entirely to win the Nigerian football league.
To break away from the old guard that we know, Eyimba, Kano Pillars, Rivers United, Rangers,
the usual suspects. Let them for once allow a new team, you know, to dominate and actually win the league. I'm very, very happy for Remo, and I'm quite confident they will do it.
Now, looking at this game, Lobi versus Rangers. The Rangers scored 4 goals here. Although they conceded 2, 4-2, they defeated Lobi. That's a game that should be Bauchi now. You know, they've adopted so many homes. They play in Lafayette, they play in Jos, and now they're in Bauchi. So they lost 4-2 there.
Yeah, the discipline that goes with the team and the fan is the reason why they are moving from stadium to stadium. And you know, you don't expect Rangers to go and leave a point at against Lobi because of how, you know, how bad Lobi has been this season. So this is not a surprising result for me. I expect Rangers to go and beat Lobi Stars anytime, any day, because Lobi, as it is, are going to be relegated from Nigerian football. That's how bad they are. So, you know, for me, it's just a normal thing that should have happened that just happened.
Well, with much appreciation to the NPFL organizers, I think it's high time NPFL, maybe organizer, board, whoever is in charge, to make sure club sides, the media officers need to be equipped well with what they need. If you watch the clips, some are very clear, glaring, good for visuals, and some you'll be wondering, is this 1972?
I think seriously, I think the NPFL or the League Organizing Committee, or whatever they are called, they need to do something, make it a condition. Make it as part of the condition, just like good stadia, it's a condition. Let also, you know, the media gadgets that is needed by the media officer of each team be a condition for participating in the
media officer. The cameraman. Well, he should have a good, a solid, up-to-date camera, a camera that is what is on yours to shoot this kind of. Come on, at times you watch and you feel like, come on. This is a video of a game played over the weekend,
and it looks like it's 1990.
You watch some videos, you'll be wondering, it look like as if it's 1994 or 1972. With all kudos to them for what they are doing, it's not easy. But seriously, the clubs should look into that aspect. You need to project your games.
I really think if you leave it to the clubs, it will, you know, happen as fast, as quick as it
the NPFL board.
The NPFL board will make it a rule, like a law, like something that is binding, like this is the condition. And the reason why I say media officer is because the way they structure teams in Nigeria Football League, everything media comes through the media officer. So since he is the one, then his crew, which comprises of the cameraman and what have you, editor should be given the right tools. It's not, how much are these things, for crying out loud? We're not talking about millions and millions of naira here. Just a couple of millions, or maybe even, sometimes not even up to. You can, you know, improvise, right? But they're not doing anything about it. And how how do you sell a league? I mean, how do you sell a league without packaging?
This is where seriously at times you see some clips so clear, so good for viewership, and then you just see some.
Look at this. You can't make out the faces of the players, so you can't be watching football and be like, okay, this is who is with the ball. It's
something has been done about this. I think this is another side of it. The technical side of projecting our league needs to also be looked at. It's not only about the pitches that are good. Yes, they are looking fine. But what about the visuals? How do you imagine watching our league and you are seeing this? You will not be interested to watch, and that's why I don't blame some Nigerian who doesn't want to watch, because by the time you continue to project Nigerian league and you want to show them the highlight, at times even when you go online to see the highlight, it's as if you are looking for diamond. It's always very hard, or diamond or gold or thereabout, so expensive to get, so hard to get. But easily, just go online and you can easily see all the highlights of other foreign clubs, even Azerbaijan, even Sudan, even Zambia. You see, why is our always kind of, I think it's at least a clarion call. I know the NPFL Media Officers Forum, they have this, and at least some extent, kudos to what you are doing. We appreciate what you are doing, but at least it's getting better easily on X and Instagram, all that, easily get whatever you want to get, but at least make it something worthy of worthwhile that people can really enjoy. Let's sell our league, let's sell the club, all your handles, sell your club. That's when the people see very good to show clips. They come back to watch. Well,
can I say
our time is running. Anyway,
let me just very short. You want to sell the league, right? You have to package it. If you don't package it, there is nothing like selling the league. There is nothing. And then you say good stadium, right? How do you sell a good stadium when you cannot display, when you cannot shoot it, and have a clean picture of it? How do you sell it? I don't understand.
So NPFL really needs to work on this because if you are, no matter how good or how improved the league is, and people cannot easily have access to the league or get a clearer picture,
they can't
go pictures.
They want to go to the stadium when they see the pictures are lovely. When they watch it and they like it, that's when you begin to think, okay, let me go and see it live. So if they want these stadiums to be filled up all around the country, they have to work on the images that comes from the game.
Well, seriously, the best packaging for NPFL, NNL right now is to make sure we improve on the media side, the broadcast side of it, project it well, and it should be sellable. Well, talking about the NPFL, a quick one. Let's look at the table. It's running away there at time. It's not waiting for anyone. Well, Raymond Stars are top. They are still holding on to it. 4 matches to go. 7 points ahead, win 2 matches, and they are made. Well, Rivers United are still not agreeing that. They are crawling behind them, 58 points. Ikorodu City also, surprisingly, Ikorodu City have been able to hold it alongside Abia Warriors, 53 points. Insurance, Ranger, defending champion, are standing 5 and 6. Eyimba, Shooting Stars, Cairo Pillars, the big boys, 7, 8, and 9. Well, right now, Bayelsa United standing 10 on the log.
This table is surprising. This is not what we would have expected, from the beginning of the season. And it's so beautiful to see that Remo is about to do it. Not just them, Ikorodu City. Initially in the previous season, you would see them coming up and then going back. But this is Ikorodu City changing it and rewriting their story.
They are the Nottingham Forest now.
Yeah, now they're there. Maybe the Newcastle that is trying to.
Seriously, let's give Abia Warriors Newcastle. Let's give Ikorodu City, they are the Nottingham Forest. Anyway, just to add some spice to the show. But right now, let's flip it to the other side of the table. Plateau United, Kwara United, Katsina. You have Nigeria Academy Warriors, Atlas. No one is safe yet. No one is safe. It's still open. Nasarawa United, 40, Aqua, Sunshine, except for Iwobi, who have been confirmed. There's nothing they can do about it. They are out. But for Sunshine, up to Plateau, anything can still happen. 4 matches to go.
Yeah, and you know that this particular side of the table is usually the other side of the table with just a few missing. The football has really, is changing in the country, and we are loving it. We like it. And for Iwobi, they are gone already. But from Plateau down to Sunshine, every club has to take as maximum point as it can take in order to survive. Yes, in order to survive this relegation battle. We'd love to see what will happen there.
A real battle there in the NPFL. I love the fact that this league is so competitive this season. Very, very competitive. You blink, you are out. 12 points to fight for. match 35 to 38 in the NPFL. Remo Stars, can they hold on to it? They lead by 7 extra points right now, but 4 matches to go. That's 12 points. Anything can still happen right now in the NPFL that we just showcased for you there. And really, it's getting tougher and tougher for all the clubs participating. But this one, we actually move straight down to the US. Let's look at the NBA playoffs. Well, they've been playing, and it's a tough one there for teams that are really losing their first game in the NBA playoff. But before we look at the result and all that, quickly a glance at the NBA playoff games that actually played earlier. What a moment there in the world of basketball, the NBA playoffs on there. Well, looking at those games played, Cleveland Cavaliers, Oklahoma City Thunder, all doing well in their first game in the NBA. We'll take a look at some of the results of games played, and also talking about the playoff right now. And from there, we'll move to each step that we want to look at right now. Let's take a look at all the results one by one as we display there. Well, for all the teams that participated, I will give kudos to them. You look at Oklahoma City Thunder doing so well in this game. Well, they scored 131 to lead the 4 series there. Give it to them. They are showing their class ahead of Wolves there. Well, as it is, you also look at Miami Heat, 100 as against 121. Even though they tried their best against Cleveland Cavaliers, they lost out there. 30 point to Bear Mitchell, who scored 30.85 rebound, 4 assists and 4 steals. Good one for them, and they'll be having their game 2. Well, the man with the beautiful smile, Stephen Curry, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, assists rather, and you have to give him kudos for that 3 pick there for what he did. 95-85 extra 10 points to defeat Houston Rockets in their game there. Talking about the NBA playoffs, 86-103 for Boston Celtics. You have to give them kudos for what he did. Derek White, fantastic player. They all did well in their first game, and game 2 is coming up on Wednesday in the series of NBA. Still talking about NBA, let's take a look at the NBA playoff, where all the games that have been at least won now, all the games played from the Western Conference, Eastern Conference team that participated. This is it, getting simpler by day, and they continue to play on Wednesday. They go for day 2, and you have to give kudos to all of them. Golden State Warriors right now, they're making 1-0. You have to give Boston Celtics also doing well. Detroit Pistons, they lost against New York Knicks. Los Angeles Lakers against Timberwolves. Memphis Grizzlies, they lost against Oklahoma City Thunder. And you have to give all the teams that participated. Well, surprisingly, Milwaukee Bucks, they lost their first game. Cavaliers, they showed their class against Miami Heat. And still talking about the NBA there. Well, tough one, and it's at least a sweet one for all the teams that won in the day 1 of the NBA series there. Quickly, let's take a look at the NPA. That's award. Anyway, before we get to our award, we're supposed to look at the playoff for the coaching. They are talking about the coaching right now. Anyway, yes, this is it. All-time leaders in the NBA playoffs for coaching wins. This man called Steve Kerr, he has done well, winning 100 games as a coach in the NBA during the playoffs. He has done well behind Phil Jackson with 229, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich, Doc Rivers, Eric Spoelstra, Larry Brown also on 100. Now Steve Kerr has moved out ahead of Red Obach, Jerry Sloan, and you have Casey Jones among the top 10 coaches that have been able to win so well in the all-time leaders NBA playoffs. Give it up to Steve Kerr. Congrats to him there. And from there, let's take a look at the world finalists for the NBA this season. We'll start from it one by one. The Rookie of the Year nominated. These are the 3 finalists. Stephen Castle. You have for Spurs, Zachary Rika, that's a researcher there for Atlanta Hawks, Memphis Grizzlies. Jalen Wells also among the top 3, and the Rookie of the Year. Still continuing with the finalists, NBA awards right now. There we have the 6th man from Detroit Pistons, Malik Beasley, Ty Jerome of Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, Peyton Pritchard also making the 6th man finalist. See something about it there. Back to back, let's rule it. We look at other awards, rather, the finalists, the clutch player. Now, this is the clutch player, Jalen Brunson from New York. That's for Wolves. You have Anthony Edwards, Timberwolves there, Nikola Jokic for Denver and all that. Well, right now, making the clutch of the year finalists. And the defensive player of the year, Dyson Daniel, Draymond Green, and Evan Mobley, all making it to the defensive player of the year finalists. Well, this is it. It's getting very competitive right now. You know, the series of awards that have been listed there. Well, although we have the coaches, we have the rest there, although that have been listed in the award. Okay, those are the ones we can take so far. Anyway, time is running out. Quickly, we move away from NBA. Let's take a look at the Premier League, where Iwobi, yes, Iwobi did well. He scored, but Fulham were not good enough as Chelsea. They were able to win against Fulham in the Battle of London over the weekend. Taking a look at that story, Premier League, Iwobi scores in Fulham defeat to Chelsea. What a moment there for the man called Alexander Iwobi there. Well, right now we go on a short break. Quickly, we look at all the games highlights. About 3 of them: Ipswich over Leicester and Fulham against Chelsea. Always a short one there to make at least not to be too much there. Well, right now, talking about the Premier League, quickly, let's take a look at the result. It was a moment of joy for Chelsea because they came from behind and they defeated Fulham there. Brentford 4-2 against Brighton, Crystal Palace 0-0 against Bournemouth, Manchester City, what a way to go against Everton, West Ham 4-1 against Southampton, Aston Villa 4. Newcastle, what happened? Well, that's football for you. Ipswich Town, Arsenal, they went hungry and really did well against the Ipswich Town. Manchester United, what really went wrong?
You know, Manchester United are sleeping and they don't have any stakes anymore in the league. They're not going for anything. They're not going for any European. So they are putting all their eggs in one basket, and that is UEFA Cup.
Seriously, what happened to them? Leicester 1-0 against Liverpool. Well, Liverpool really edging closer and closer. Let's take a look at the table so that we look at what's happening there. It's getting more interesting because Liverpool are not ready. In fact, they could have won the league yesterday if Arsenal had lost, but well, they did well. 79-66. Newcastle. This Newcastle is Ikorodu City here. Manchester City, Chelsea, both of them are still fighting for that top 4, although this season England could have access to more than 4 teams playing the Champions League. Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa down to the wires.
And you know what's bringing more competition is this place for European position, and you may want to count out, you may want to include rather Aston Villa because they are coming. They are actually playing well. Look at the amount of goals they scored. Who we thought are on form, Newcastle, have been winning their game since they won that Carabao Cup. They've not lost or dropped a point, only to come and be beaten at the Villa by 4-1. I mean, that's a statement win from Aston Villa, who I expected to have a hangover of the Champions League, but they've shown none. They've not shown anything. They've shown that they are resilient, and that win against PSG has served as a motivation. Instead of an exit, they are using that to motivate themselves, and look at the amount of goals they scored against a very, very strong Newcastle.
Now look at it. If you check this table now, from 3rd, Newcastle United, down to even Brighton. Okay, let me just use 57. Aston Villa.
Yes.
From Aston Villa 7th, 3rd to 7th. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and 2 teams are going to be out of there, to allow others go to the Champions League. And I'm suspecting Nottingham Forest will be the one to come out, and I'm not too sure now Chelsea can also keep their head up and actually win the rest of their game. I am not too sure, and why I'm saying so is because I've looked at their fixtures, and I think they have a game against Arsenal. I think they should have a game against a tough game against Villa. I can't really remember now, but I think Nottingham Forest, I've said it right from time that they have difficult fixtures. They will be out of that that place, that position for the Champions League. And then who knows, maybe Chelsea, it could be Newcastle, and even Man City. Nobody is safe.
Well, seriously, it's getting very interesting this season, but for Liverpool, there's no way I can stop these guys from not taking this. 5 matches to go, and they have 79-66 against Arsenal, who are just pushing it. Maybe on Wednesday, Liverpool will just be happy that they've done it. Okay, let's take a look at Leicester, bottom of the table now. Leicester confirmed that they're out. They have joined Southampton.
It is sad. When I saw them come back, I was very, very happy. I was, maybe of the mind that this is another year for them to try to do something with the calibers of players they were having. But unfortunately, I didn't really, see where, because the kind of players that they are having are not of good qualities. And maybe they have DDs who have experience, but he's the only one that he cannot do anything on his own. There are a couple of good players, but the thing is, the bad players that they have are a lot more than the good ones. Their defense is in shambles. That guy could be not doing really trying there. So I'm not surprised, and this is what you get when you don't have quality.
But seriously, Manchester United standing 14. Wolves 38, 38, 38. Everton, Man United, Wolves, even all Sport 37. This is surprising for this season. West Ham 17th on the log with 36 points. Okay, maybe it should be confirmed. Maybe they are on Wednesday or thereabout. But for those three, but really, when you look at from West Ham to Everton, from Everton to West Ham, from 13 to 17.
These are not the kinds of clubs that we would have expected to be in this position where they are right now. Particularly United and Tottenham. It went so bad for Tottenham that I am so surprised. They are the arch rival of Arsenal. I really do not like Tottenham, but seeing them here and in the 16th position on the log is just so appalling. And coming from a very kind of competitive season,
Okay, well, we've been taking you through what's up in the world of football, especially in the Premier League, where a big one there, Liverpool already, they want to take this league, and they've done well so far. We're taking you through NPFL 2, Remo Stars, 7 ahead of other Rivers United for chess. I was not going to get that record, and kudos to our ladies under 17 Flamingos for being able to put one leg in, waiting for the second leg to come up. It has been a nice time with yourself, Peter, in the studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Adieni G. Shafe. Thanks very much for joining us on the show 360 Sport.